All right. And so here it is. I am live. I'm going to try not to do this weird, funny thing where I'm looking somewhere totally off. Now, keep in mind, I do have to review these so I can check out my eyes and so forth. I have my webcam over here, which I'll be glancing at here and there, trying to look right at you guys. All right. So, for those hopping on, thanks for joining. My name is Asheen, and I have created this live to answer your questions, okay? Your questions, your concerns, and so forth. If I don't see any question pop up, I'm just going to go ahead and just explain. Explain, but let out your fears, your worries, okay? Let's talk about them, all right? And I want your voice to be heard. So don't be shy, ask your questions and so on. Keep in mind that we are live. And so the things that you ask, let it be something that you're okay with be viewing and things like that. All right. And so fears, worries, and doubt. Where does all of that come from, anyways? I will have to say, even myself, I had to work on my own sense of fears, worries, and doubts. Okay. So if you're experiencing that, it's so normal on this journey. I will share with you that, oh, hi, Elizabeth and Soul Awakened. I will share with you, it's because we are not taught that our intuition tells us anything. Okay, there's no way in school this stuff is taught. I really wish. I feel like more schools are beginning to teach that because there is a lot awakening happening. I've even seen in my daughter's class, one of her class, the teacher had said they didn't believe in having hard grading system because they wanted the kids to feel into the answers and that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Well, a lot has changed with the school system, and hopefully it continues to progress that way. We definitely need to set a movement where it's like, follow your intuition, okay? This is the moment. Start learning to do that. All right. We weren't taught to believe our intuition, and we were mostly taught to go according to our ego, pretty much. Like, not that we were taught, but no one ever, I can't say no one ever, maybe if you're the exception to the rule. For most of us, there wasn't this, no, what you're saying is wrong. What do you truly feel? And all this kind of stuff going on when we were younger, right? No one, if you have kids out there, the kids, there's so much in their ego mind. No one ever does, nothing ever like telling themselves things that aren't even true. And you're just like, where are you coming up with this? And so it makes you just believe that we're just born with ego. Like, with the ego just overtaking us and so forth. I mean, that's how I feel when I look at the kids that just blurt out this stuff out of nowhere. But our intuition is correct, and it's hard. It's hard to trust it, to believe it, especially since, like I mentioned, we weren't raised to think that way. But our intuition is correct. And the problem is, we're taught to look at the physical and just believe everything that's there and not really believe that there's anything else. Oh, hi, Vibe. Vibe cute. I'm just seeing your message. There was the first message on there. And my beloved, you're here. Aloha. All right, so we're not taught to believe in ourselves. We're not taught that our intuition really matters and that it tells the story. It tells everything. You know, deep down we have a certain feeling about someone, right? Feeling has a lot to do with this journey. We can feel when someone is upset. We can feel when something is going on with someone. We've always been able to do that, but we didn't give ourselves credit for that. Like, that's intuition. Okay, that's intuition. I was just sitting here talking to my kids about how it doesn't happen to you, it reacts to you. Yeah, absolutely. Kids are hard to teach. Kids are definitely hard to teach. I feel like there's a child trainer out there, let yourself be known, help the parents out and that kind of stuff. Someone who specializes with kids and helps them to tap into their emotions, tap into their feelings and communicate it. Please step forward. There's probably a big market for you out there because the world is changing and we got to get the kids up to speed, so they're not going through this whole I don't know how to trust my intuition thing that we all have to deal with. And so going back to the okay, so we've always felt, we can feel. We walk into a room and the room feels icky or feels exciting and that kind of stuff. That's intuition. That's intuition, guys. My webcam is doing some funny stuff. Just bear with me. I'm not someone that stays still. They say to stay still with these webcams and so forth. So that our feelings are hardly ever wrong. And what happens is that when we don't listen to it, we wind up saying, I wish I listened to myself sooner. Okay. When you have that gut feeling, you're like, I wish I listened to myself. And so now twin flame comes in and you're just like, I feel like I found the one. I found the one. All right. How many of you, if put a hand in the comment, if you felt like you found the one when this person showed up in your life, you felt like you can be yourself, they were non-judgmental, you were non-judgmental, you guys had an amazing time. Yes, I know you did. I know you did. In that moment, your intuition said, ha, your soul was like, here it is, and so forth. In that moment, when I talk to people and I ask them, what did your intuition tell you about this connection? You know what they say to me? I don't know. I don't have a clue. I can't hear it. And so I have to take them back to that very first moment. I was like, when you first met this person, your gut feeling at the beginning, oh, yeah, it said that this was the one. All right. So you got that feeling, trust it. I know it's hard, right? It looks like they're running, they ghosted, they did all this kind of stuff. It's hard. When your intuition has told you that, okay? Your intuition said, this is it. It wasn't lying to you. It wasn't lying to you. Now, there is right person, wrong timing, certainly. Many of you, when you met your twin, I'm guilty of it. You had a trauma, unhealed trauma. And all of that was coming to the surface for you and that person, right? You and the person. I was always against. All right, let me read a little bit of these comments here. I have touch screen, guys. I don't have to mess with that mouse. Kids are easy to teach when they haven't been conditioned like we have. They still have that new car smell. They do. They do. They require the patience and sitting with them and really like talking to them and so forth. This is what's coming to me, and you can share some more. Let's bring on some tips here so the kids don't go down our path, right? Yeah, they certainly can. I believe with like a calm environment. Again, I'm not a child specialist and so forth. Here I am dealing with the adult kids, right? The adult kids. But really just sitting and listening to them and helping them get in touch with their emotion, to explain their emotion without telling them what to think, say, do, feel, just really hearing them out and stuff. And I feel like that is helpful in their upbringing. We all have our moments. We all have our what you might call imperfection. Kids are certainly no different. And then sometimes you just have to let them talk. Let them talk and figure it out. Now, this is just coming to my mind with your twin flame, same thing. Some of you might be like, wait a second, what? Let them talk? What about me? What about me when I want to express myself and so forth? Oh, yeah, you certainly can do that. What I'm referring to is when your twin flame comes in and they're not yet sure about the connection. They're not yet feeling certain about the future. They don't know what to do, how to handle things. Like they're still wounded from the past. So they come back and they're just like, I don't know if I really can trust this because of our experiences from the past. You know what a lot of us are going to do? The first thing we're going to do, I was guilty of it too, but at this point, I knew better. I knew better. Okay. And I'm helping you guys know better. When your intuition has told you this is the person for you, there is a future for you, you have patience. Okay. When your twin flame returns, don't ask me if they really will. I'm telling you, they will. Okay. They will. You really don't have to do a whole lot. They'll come back. Because when to have this type of experience, to meet someone and recognize on a soul level and feel something on a soul level, that is something that doesn't go away. All right. You're like, they forgot about me. My twin flame doesn't care. That doesn't go away, even if it's in the way back of the mind and all this kind of stuff. And eventually the universe steps in and makes things happen. So, yes, your twin flame will come back. And if there's anything unhealed, if your connection still needs healing, which likely it is, you might hear some dumb stuff. I call it dumb. It's not necessarily dumb to you. You're going to be like, it's dumb. Like, why they say that? I would never do that. I would never act that way. I would never, or whatever, or this is in the past. Can't they move on from it? Or whatever. You're going to hear some stuff that you're just going to be like, what? Okay. This is when you begin to think of the child, their inner child. Think about if, like I said earlier, with kids, you let them talk, okay? You let them feel heard. And you can ask questions and help them figure themselves out. This is what will be required. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, well, what about me? I want to be heard. There's a way to be heard. There's a way to be heard. Okay. And you're the one learning it. I'll share it with you real quickly. There's a way your twin flame will hear you. All right. And that is for you because you're knowing this technique. You're the one that's going to do it and they're going to mirror it back to you. Okay. You be the change you want in this connection and they mirror it back to you. All right. And you got to start listening to yourself, number one. Okay. If you have an inner voice that is telling you things and you're like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. And you're not listening to yourself, you can't be heard by the people around you. Okay. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's not just a twin flame thing. The folks around you, they can't hear you if you can't hear yourself and actually follow through with yourself. Okay. And so it starts with that first. And then there is there's different words for the sandwich technique, communication technique, the compliment sandwich. I heard someone call it that. And I was just like, oh, I love it. I have to adopt this terminology or switch it up to make it my own. The compliment sandwich. And so you start with something nice. Okay. I'm glad. Even if you're not starting with something nice, you don't want to start with like that dagger, okay? You did this, you did like the like you communicate this way. The walls are up. The walls are up. The suit and armor comes on, the battle clothes, the armor's in the hand, you're going to war, okay? That's not a way to communicate with anyone. And even kids. And I get it. You're gonna have you might have these moments where you're just like, you know what, I feel like I messed up. I was loud. I feel like I messed up. You didn't mess up. It's a learning opportunity. Keep working on it. Don't worry. We are all, we all have our moments. You're human. But just know when you continue that way, it deteriorates connection with anyone. Okay. So you start with an easier demeanor in a tone that is not, coming with a strike. You can even say, I love this one. Listen, I like for you to hear what I'm saying. And I don't want to say the wrong things to you, so I'm going to take my time to explain something, okay? Something. And then you express, like, you be specific about what you're talking about. I know a lot of you will be like, you always did this, you never did this, it was always this. Always and never is going to bring the walls up. Suit and armor comes on, forget it. They're not hearing you. Out the window. Someone does that to you, you're going to be pissed off too. And then you're just specific about what you're talking about. Okay. I know I'm over here talking about intuition, but I'm giving you some tips. I am all about you guys having success in this connection. Okay. Big believer that your twin flame is coming back. You know, when you hear as many stories as I hear, because I do this kind of work, the stories are so similar. The patterns are so similar. And I'm able to see where you are and how soon things will evolve for you because of the many different things I hear. And plus, my intuition tells me, you know, my sessions are intuitively guided. The guides are always with me, so I'm always hearing something. And the messages are for you, specific things for you to heal within yourself. Perhaps they are things that you know already, because I always like to go with what you know already. Okay. And then there are like specifics. I feel like I'm hearing someone say, like, what would be a specific thing? Uh just focusing on yourself, just following your intuition, whatever it is. Like the spirit guides might say, we're gonna come in and we need you to be open to the messages you're hearing and to let down resistance. You know, these are some examples. Everyone is different. The messages come through differently, or perhaps your the twin flame is going through some shifts. You know, you might be healing and wondering, where are they, and so forth, but they're healing too. And healing is not one straight path. It can be 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, you know, like a dance. Like, I think I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm doing the right thing. Forget it. Like, I feel like I'm failing or something like that, until confidence is built. And the universe is all a part of it. Confidence becomes built. This can be you too, where you're 1 minute you're just like, I'm here for it. Next moment you're like, no, I'm not. Then you're like, okay, I got it. Then you're like, no, I'm not. And so forth, until you begin to really feel like, listen, I've been on this for a while. I've been feeling this way, and I really just have to begin to trust myself because I don't see any other way, and so forth. But you don't just get there, right? It'd be easy if you could just get there from the beginning, but you go through certain experiences where you're just like, you know what, forget it. This is what I'm choosing. Your twin flame is likely to be doing the same. So I say, do not give up hope, guys. Do not give up hope. You know, once a person experiences this connection, there really isn't any fully walking away from it, because there's nothing else like this connection. All right, I'm going to answer some questions here. All right, here we are. I was always, oh, this thing flew up. I was always against marriage and kids, but then I was just thinking about that today. Talk about synchronicities, or just thinking about that today. I was too. And then wind up married with kids and so forth. All right, I was married to him for 16 years before knowing he was my twin, so in love, going through separation now. You're going through the healing phase now. Okay, not separation, healing phase now. um you're healing whatever it is that you feel had, whatever your intuition tells you. Okay, certainly reach out and I'll help you figure it out. What it is you're healing, perhaps you know already what you need to heal, and your twin is doing the same, is likely doing the same thing, learning, healing their part of the reason separation occurred. And so I'm afraid if I never see my twin again in this lifetime, maybe it's planned for next lifetime. Is it possible? I'm glad you're asking questions. Guys, keep the questions coming. This is for you. This is for you. All right. You create your reality. Okay. You create your reality. There are infinite realities. And so if you're choosing to believe that it's going to be in the next lifetime, chances are it will be in the next lifetime. Now, you can sit with your spiritual guides, your intuition, okay? Your intuition. You have to be connected with your soul to be able to do this and hear the guidance from there and ask, what is it do I need to do to experience my reunion? What do I need to do? What is it that I need to see in myself? Okay? And pull out pen and paper because your mind is going, it has like a whole bunch of stuff in there, and write it down and commit to doing that. Okay? That defeats any information you have out there that tells you, align with soul and do this and do that. Certainly, these things are true, but they may not be specific for you. All right. So get that guidance, and then the pathway to reunion opens up. I make it sound like real simple. Perhaps it is that simple. And when you reach this point, like I'm telling you, all of you watching this right now and you're getting this advice is because your reunion is just about to happen. Everything's in divine timing. You're watching this video because it's coming up and you're preparing yourself. And I'm telling you, you listen to the things your intuition is telling you, and the pathway, if you want to call it pathway to your reunion, it's like that the gateway or something like that opens up, and you can have it in this lifetime. If you believe it's meant to happen in this lifetime, it will happen in this lifetime. But you have to commit to trusting your intuition, believing it as it unfolds, because reunion doesn't unfold like fairy tales and stuff. Perhaps it does. Maybe when it does, because this is what I see with people. We got together, everything was great. We hit the sheets, we were already in the bedroom and all this kind of stuff. Next thing you know, twin flame runs away. That is a trap. Okay. When reunion actually happens, it would be slow. It can be like it's different for everybody, but this is what I'm seeing where there is this slow entrance. If anything moves fast, I'm telling you, the energy and the connection is going to get tricky. Allow it to unfold on its own. Allow your reunion to unfold on its own. And unhealed things within you, within your twin flame, is going to pop up. You're both going to be triggered and so forth. Okay? Stick with your intuition. I'm telling you, this is the moment for you to be like, I believe, I believe, I believe. Okay? Wake up in the morning, I believe. At night, I believe. Maybe not that obsessively because you really want to be more on yourself. But every now and then, remind yourself, I am a believer. And stay believing no matter what it looks like in the physical. Because the physical is super confusing. Okay? You might see someone who looks like they want to be distant. Your intuition is saying they need time to process. They're processing their pain, they're processing their emotion, and so forth. You won't be able to know that by looking at them. Okay. For a twin flame who has not fully accepted the union, fully open up about what they're going through, it's going to look like nothing's happening to them. You're going to be like, oh, this person is doing perfectly fine. Meanwhile, I'm a hot mess, which you don't want to be a hot mess because that does not bring our reunion. So take care of being a hot mess. But that's how it's going to feel. Okay. This connection needs your perception it needs you to see it from a higher perspective. All right. This is why the soul alignment is really important. Being in alignment with you, your inner knowing, and taking that time to really connect with you and away from the physical world. All right. Because when you're believing in that, when you're believing in your intuition, guess what? It begins to unfold in the physical. But when you look at the physical and you're like, they just got mad at me and they blocked me again, they did this, they did that, it prolongs whatever it is you're looking at. Stick with your intuition, with your higher knowing. Okay. All right. So you want it in this lifetime. You feel like it's meant for this lifetime. It's meant for this lifetime. And we like to think we're alone. You're not alone. The universe, God, is right there with you. Okay. You want it? Make it clear. You make it clear within yourself. You're choosing union. And it means you're aligning with yourself. It doesn't mean you're staying focused on them, but you're choosing reunion, because the universe can't give you what you want if you have no clue what it is. All right. And then really focus a whole lot more on yourself. It's very important. All right. And let's see if there's another question. So, oh yeah. These are my kids teaching other people's kids. Nah, that's a completely different thing. Teaching other people's kids. All right. What if my twin and I never come into union again? All right. I would say eliminate the what if. Eliminate the what if. Actually, because this topic is about letting out your fears and worries, feel them. Feel them before you eliminate them, okay? Feel those feelings. All right? Sit with it. What else is coming up? Oh, let's dive into that. What if? All right. What does Daniel, what does your intuition say? What did your intuition tell you from the beginning when you first met? Okay? Go back to that, because that truth hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. So, the ego comes in and says, what if? Like, I don't know. Your intuition has told you already. And if you can't remember what that is, sit with yourself. Remember, guys, you're not alone. I don't like to leave out the spiritual part of this journey. The universe is there for you and is guiding you and is teaching you. And you got to get really good at hearing it. Okay? For a lot of you, God. A lot of you, I go by God. I throw in both just in case you're not. God's with you. God is with your connection. This is a godly connection designed for you, for your healing, for you to experience God's love for you. Okay? And it starts by you connecting with that love inside of you first. And for you to really experience it with this person, you have to feel it in you first, fully. Get to know it, heal yourself. So you're vibrating on that energy. All right, the kids are screaming in the background. Maybe you guys hear it, maybe you don't. All right. And then, what I usually ask, and I feel almost teary-eyed because this feels really important here. Has your twin flame returned in the past? You're like, what if they don't come back? Have they returned in the past? Okay, hands up if yours came back a few times. I know the people on the outside are like, this is toxic. Like, why are these people putting up with this? That's why you don't talk to people who don't understand. Okay. Because each time your twin flame came in, it was either the universe was putting you two together to see, so that you're seeing yourself. Anytime you come together, you're seeing yourself, but you didn't know that. Your twin flame came back, you got triggered, got upset, both of you got upset, went your own way. You didn't know that. Now you know. So your twin flame comes in and you're seeing yourself, your energy, your alignment with yourself, the traumas you've experienced and so forth. Whenever your twin, like, it's either that reason or because you have come into alignment with yourself in some kind of way. You didn't know that. And boom, this person pops up. You are in alignment with yourself, your soul, in some kind of way. Okay, you've been listening to yourself, you've been feeling better. Perhaps you started your mission, you're doing the work, and something in your energy is in alignment, and this person's pulled in. Where the universe says, congratulations, happened to me, maybe happened to some of you guys. You're in reunion. Okay, they're not kidding. If you ever hear that message, they're not kidding. Get ready for it. All right. And if you do get that message, reach out to me. Okay. I'm gonna have to attach my link there for you guys to reach out to me, because I will help you step by step through that process. If the universe tells you reunion is right here, you're in it, it means you're in it. Get ready. This person's showing up. You guys are gonna trigger each other. The energy is gonna be like whatever. You're gonna start to feel like you want to back out and that kind of stuff. Reach out to me. Okay, I want to help you get through it, because when they say the process is here, if you get that message intuitively, it means it's here. If you get a message to reach out to your twin flame and call them, it means you're in that process. You've started it. Okay, lots of people will make that call, send that text message, and freak out, and then say, I give up. Exactly. The energy in the connection is going to play with your mind. You're going to you're going to get anxious. You're going to get worried. Your fears that are still there are going to creep up again. Your fear of rejection. That is what's happening. I want you guys to recognize it so you know how to move forward and not just sit in there and be like, they hate me. They don't want to be with me. Your twin flame desires to be with you. They might be frustrated about this whole thing. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to reach out to you. There's a push energy. Something's telling them to go away. They're reacting to it. They don't know why, and that kind of stuff. But overall, they want to be with you. So when your twin flame comes into the picture, now you are unblocked. They are stalking your social media page. You run into them in the store, you're driving, and they're out there. You're on a bus and you see their car. Someone had said that to me and so forth. You are in the process of reuniting with them. And when they return, they do not want to run again. Okay? They don't want to run again. It is the fears you're having. Their fears too. But you, who's here getting this training, is what I call the conscious twin. So you're aware of what's going on. They're the subconscious twin. You're aware. You can make the changes. Okay? And so, where was I? I kind of lost my space there. Just being aware of what the process looks like when they come into the picture. You're about to balance your energy right now, really, but especially when they come in, that energy is tricky. It's gonna make you want to run. Okay, don't do that. And balance. Take a look at your triggers. What are they showing you? Begin to heal. Look at them as if they are you. They are mirroring to you what needs healing. You're doing that to them as well. This is where you hold space for their healing. Don't judge them. Don't play the victim. We all get into a victim mindset. I'm so guilty of it too. That's how I know. Why are they saying that to me? Why is he saying that? Like, I tried everything. I did everything. Like, wait, this is the mind. The mind wants to tell you all that kind of stuff. Get out of that. And hold space. Okay? Be within yourself. Be in soul. You're loving them from a soul level. And let them process what they're going through, because all that needs to come out. You're releasing stuff and they're releasing as well. Okay. All right. So going back to this, I call this the year I met myself. I didn't love myself as much as I thought I did until I met my twin flame. Yeah. Yep. Your twin flame was actually mirroring that love to you. And you thought it was your twin flame. You're like, this person's loving me. No, they were showing you your love for yourself that perhaps you are not yet aligned with at the time, but that's your love. You got to taste of your love. Now give that to you. Okay. And I'm afraid of spiders. I'm joking. Not sure of the spiders. All right. And what about intense, highly emotional dreams with them? Intense, highly emotional dreams. Like, what do you mean by that? Um, Lala Lovely. What do you mean by that? Okay. Um, Intense as in sexual dreams, or intense as in I love you so much. Like, it may not even go as far as astral sex, I should say, or intense as in like you're angry with each other. I'm not sure which emotions you're talking about. Dreams are a form of communication with our spiritual self, with our spiritual world, spiritual guides, and whatever. Dreams carry messages, they tell you things, they are a way to connect. The two of you are connecting in your dreams. You're communicating. It's a form of 5D communication. Like, dreams are everything. If you remember them, they mean something. And so get in touch with your intuition. What do you feel like it's telling you? What do you feel like it's telling you? But if you're referring to the intense, passionate type of dreams, it really is all of, okay, there is an energy in the connection. It's either way. The energy in the connection is active, okay? And is causing this intense, passionate feeling for both of you. So now you're both feeling this. There is that, or your twin flame is thinking about you in this kind of way. Or perhaps you're the one thinking about them in that kind of way and they're getting those dreams. Either way, you know? So it could be that. Your intuition will let you know. I've done what you're saying and it works really well. What works really well? I'd love to know about it. Which aspect was working really well? If anything works well for you guys, certainly like let me know. Let me know. I love uh, what is it? Good news. I love good news. Okay. Please tell us some real examples of how this connection has gone for people. How this connection has gone. Boy. Okay. Had to drink some water. This connection has not been very easy on people who have come together. I have seen where it gets easier with time, but I will tell you why that is and stuff like that before some of you say, you know what, I give up. I'm done with this and that kind of stuff. When your twin flame returns, you want to treat this connection as if you're starting over, as if it's day one. Okay. Usually, when people get back together, they're trying to pick up from where they left off. They haven't been with this person in a while. Maybe they didn't really have a relationship, like an actual relationship. That's true for most twin flames. You meet the person after like 3-4 weeks, they run and stuff like that. So this person comes in. You want to take it slow and continue to balance your energy. If you've been balancing, stay balancing your energy and stop pointing fingers. When people get together, they point a lot of fingers. You're doing X, Y, and Z to me. It's you doing this. You need to fix this. I can't do it because you need to be a certain way and all this kind of stuff. This is a lot of the stuff that I see going on. And perhaps people haven't healed their communication style. They push away love in some kind of way. So these are all the things that I'm letting you know that are worth healing. when you talk about healing, healing goes a long way. Healing really helps you to connect with a person, especially yourself. Healing helps you to connect with yourself better, which helps other people to connect with you. So when you have a better connection with you, you can experience a better connection, especially with your twin flame. Okay. It makes a big difference. A lot of people that come together aren't healed. They've done some level of healing, and you don't have to be completely healed. You just have to be aware. And so when the couples are together and they're not aware of how they are pushing away love, it makes it difficult and frustrating. Okay. We unintentionally push away love when we keep looking for flaws in someone. When these are things I've seen, twin flame will say something and the overthinker begins. The overthinking. Why they say this, maybe they meant this and all this kind of stuff. Okay, it messes up connection, messes it up. All right, so usually with unhealed folks that come together and they want to work things out, they get through the hump, because it's hard to see the oneness. It's hard to see um, the the one soul, I should say. Like, we are one soul. It's just me. There's still that finger pointing and so forth. But with the people who are healed, what I like, the ones I've worked with, and the twin flame comes in, there's still the triggering, there's still that I'm not sure, but they're able to come into a balance much faster. They're able to say, you know what, I've spent some time with myself, I have surrendered. So big difference than those who haven't done that kind of healing that will help to sustain the connection, versus the one who is prepared and has done the inner work, has the nervous system, because the nervous system is affected a lot by trauma, and so they feel nervous, they feel anxious, but they're able to bring it back. They're able to bring it back to a, I'm not much with the alpha beta type of ways, but they're able to bring themselves back to that. All right, so it really makes a big difference. And all right, so that's what I have to say. These are examples. Usually, reunion doesn't quite look like what people think it will look like, but you're getting the information right now so that you're moving slowly, you're following your intuition. If you can stay out of the bedroom for a while, please do so. Please do so. Okay? I'm not one to tell you what to do with your body, but I will tell you, when you move things fast, it makes everything super confusing. Work on building a solid connection in the physical first. Okay? All right. And let me see. So I've had several people tell me that when he comes back in, I won't even want him because I will be so changed. It honestly stresses me out. All right. So I have seen this. I have seen this. I've worked with people. Twin Flame came back and they're just like, I don't want this. Their energy is off. Their energy is affecting me so much. I can't sleep. I can't think. They're still connected to some kind of karmic situation pattern or something. And that karmic thing is affecting my energy. Maybe it's a person. That karmic person is not completely out of the picture and they're affecting my energy. I have seen it. And I'm like, we've come so far. And I can't judge because they're going with their intuition. Their connection is unfolding in a certain way. Okay. So I have seen that. And what I say is, don't listen to the things that people are telling you. It's not the same for everyone. Okay. So don't listen. You don't know. how it will unfold for you. Other people's stories are not your story. All right. And be open and ready for anything. No control, no worries, no expectation. Release judgment. Let go of judging your twin flame. When the two of you come back, don't judge yourself, and so on. Allow the connection to unfold on its own. Okay. These are spiritual leaders, so I wonder if they know something I don't know. I see it happen. I really do. I'm not going to lie. I do see that. And then there, like I mentioned, there's looking at the 3D and saying, why are they doing X, Y, and Z? How come they don't? Gotta move away from that. You really gotta, and just let them unfold. Let them keep coming. At the more you're aligning with yourself, the more they are pulled in. Okay, and because of the dance is why it's best to just focus on you. So no matter what happens, you'll be fine. Focus on you. And you mentioned dance. Sometimes your intuition might say, follow your intuition. If your intuition tells you to do something, you do. If it says, distance yourself, you distance yourself. Um, well, not distance, come back to yourself. That's what I mean to say. Okay. That creates like a dance. With connection, a I should say more specifically with the divine masculine. And this was a guidance I received from my cousin when I was married with my ex. I had all these divine messages. He was like, one thing I noticed, he was talking about men particularly. We can say divine masculine, but with men particularly, he noticed that there needed to be a dance. Okay. Sometimes you pull them in, sometimes you're just like, I'm within me. Okay. Sometimes it's like this dance of energy. I hear someone try and quiet the kids. And then I was like, well, how am I supposed to be able to know that? Like I couldn't even figure stuff out with my ex at the time. I'm like, how do you create a dance? And of course, these messages come through without any explanation. Okay. I even had this one guy that I talked to. He was like, oh, I'm back with my ex, or like I had well, at some point he got back with his ex and he was like, I can't mess this up. Oh my goodness. If I do anything, she will never come back. And I was like, tell me how to create that. I haven't got to the point where someone's just like, I can't mess this up with someone. These are things I've come to learn. I've come to learn how to do it. And it all has to do with energy. Okay. And so with the dance, go with your intuition or even just your feeling. If you feel this person is distancing, then you're just like, oh, okay, all right. It's because I haven't been about me. Come back to yourself, you know? And then they're all about you. And then you start to feel that again, and you're just like, oh, okay. Me time and things like that. So I'm not sure if that's the dance you're referring to. You can certainly clarify and I'll answer. But when it comes to connection, a dance keeps it going. A dance with the polarities and so forth. All right. I have thought two men were possibly my twin flame. How do I know for sure who it is? This is a whole nother video. Maybe this will be my topic next week. Lots of people want to know, how do I know? Well, you can ask for intuitive guidance, ask for a sign, ask for the person to be revealed in your dream. You can ask for these things. But with your twin flame, it's an inner knowing. Okay. You feel it almost right away. You feel like, now it's different for everyone, but you feel like you're with yourself. Something just feels like it's you. And there's lots of similarities. There's possibly finishing each other's sentences just because it's you. It's you. You can have a conversation without even opening your mouth with this person, and you just get each other. There's soul recognition. It's like familiar. It's like they feel familiar. Something like really feels familiar. And I know for myself in the beginning, there was this eerie feeling of home. Okay. If you felt it, you know what it feels like. This is something I'm not even sure if it's been described on the internet, if someone can really explain it. It's kind of being in the cosmos, like some auroric feeling when I would be in the presence of my twin and he would start talking. It was like, what? Something felt like something. And then you usually act like you know each other. Someone you just met, you don't even know for that long, and you just know each other. This was one of the signs that I wasn't aware of. I went through all the twin flame signs when I met my twin and had no clue what twin flames were until I started researching it. And I was like, really? Wow. I wish I knew. I didn't know. And so I can remember one of my family members was like, why do you guys act like you know each other? And I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I had no clue. And she was like, when people start dating, there's kind of like this awkwardness and getting to know each other. You guys talk like you've been knowing each other and stuff like that. So yeah, you meet your twin flame, you feel like you've always known each other. You just commute, you just click. And it's so simple. And you feel accepted in all kinds of ways. And they are you. So if you're someone who likes to have, oh boy, someone's crying. Oh my goodness. So if you're someone who likes to have deep conversation, so is this person. You know, they are you. And so it feels, when you meet them, it feels easy in the beginning until stuff starts coming out. But you usually can feel like there's something about this connection. There's something. You feel like you're in the twilight zone. Like these are all different examples and so on. It is different for everybody. Okay. And yeah, but if you really don't know, ask. And it is simple. Our emotions make it difficult. You are right. You're very right. And self unconditional love is a portal to union. Thank you. I love that. I love that. Love all aspects of yourself. Commit to that, and so forth. Also, follow your inner guidance. My trust in myself and the universe has gotten much better, but sometimes fears come and go. I try not to give them much attention. Anything we can tell ourselves when this happens, or any exercises, fear is normal, you know, accept them, love them. They are a part of you. You know, fear never completely goes away. It shows up in different ways and that kind of stuff in other areas of your life. What you do when you're feeling afraid is what matters. And so, are you going to let fear control you? And you're just going to settle into it and get worried and have all this anxiety and question everything? Or are you going to acknowledge that the fear is there and move past it? And this is with anything in life, even like taking on business ideas, or you're going on stage to perform and you're like, I'm afraid. Well, are you going to run backstage, or are you going to move past the fear and do it anyways? Okay. So you move past the fear and your connection, and you hold on to faith and hold on to God more than you're letting fear guide you. That's how strong your faith, I would have to say, your faith has to be in this connection as things unfold in the physical. And if you're not quite there yet, it's okay. It's okay. Love yourself. You'll love yourself. All right. Sometimes it takes time, it takes experience, practice, believing in yourself, building that trust in your intuition and so forth, until you get to that point where you're just like, I'm gonna hang strong. I'm gonna meditate every day. I'll be clearing my energy. I'll be balancing my energy with it for myself. Don't balance for that person. Balance for you. Okay? Stay in the zen. Don't ever do anything for your twin. All right? And anything we can tell ourselves when this happens. All right, so there are do I have exercises when it comes to fear? There are different things you can do. Oh yes, yes, here it is. Here's what's coming to my mind is that a little hard for me to think. I hear people trying to my sisters are back there calming the kids and so forth. All right. So your fear is showing you something. Your fears, your triggers are showing you something unhealed. I do a lot of inner child healing, and I teach you how to connect with the person inside of you and how to give them comfort and them feel okay. All right. Your fear is coming from something you've learned when you were younger, some experiences that you had. Your inner child needs you for comfort. Okay, needs for you to help them see the world differently and so forth. So when you connect with your inner child, this can help you break from that fear. All right. And also there's the mirror technique, mirror exercise. You can be like, I'm afraid my twin flame will, and then see yourself in the mirror, I'm afraid you will. So it's as if your inner you is telling you that they're worried that you're not going to, that you're whatever it is. Okay. Even if it's like, I don't trust this person, can be anybody. I don't trust. So it's like your inner self is telling you, I don't trust you. So what does that mean? You're like, oh, really? I don't trust. Maybe your gut feeling's been saying something and you haven't been listening. And so now your inner you is just like, I don't trust you. And then once you begin to listen to yourself and follow through whatever it is, that other person begins to open up to. Okay, the people around us, not just our twin flame, are a mirror of what's going on inside of ourselves. Or perhaps sometimes it can be them. It can be them if you can differentiate that energy and then be like, I'll let them figure out their stuff. Okay. All right. So, okay, I think you just answered it. Low, I am a believer. All right, excellent. I love my spirit guides so much. They're so loving and helpful. They really are. Tune into them, okay? For anything. I have my 14-day challenge, which I'm going to post. I go into that. I do have it posted, actually. Cost is going up to and so forth. But I teach you how to connect with your spirit guides, how to get what you want from them in life and so forth. Use them in manifesting. You communicate with them, find out what they tell you, and then you commit to doing that. Pull out pen and paper and so forth and get to it. They are helping you every step of the way. You never have to tell yourself, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to. I don't know how. Let go of the I don't knows and start communicating with your spirit guides. They're waiting there for you 100% to help you out in any part of your journey. Yes, feel those feelings. My spirit guides say to truly move on from a thing. You can't have lingering thoughts about it. Get closure. Excellent. All right. And I was just about to ask you about the wanting back out feelings. Wanting to back out feelings. Yeah. Fear of rejection. Oh boy. So twin flame comes in, and or maybe they haven't come in and you're just like, I wanna give up. They're gonna reject me. You're creating a rejection that hasn't even happened. That's pretty much what that fear of rejection is. You're creating some sort of rejection that hasn't happened. Your inner child has felt rejected in so many ways, and this connection is just showing that to you. That's what's being triggered. Again, connect with your inner child. Let them know you're there for them. Okay, you're there for them, and then consult with your inner guidance. Okay, and believe your inner knowing. All right, except I'm also getting ahead of myself because we haven't seen each other in over a year and he was dating someone else. So I don't know where that's at, but I got a social media notification from him the other day. Reunion has started for you. All right, you're in the process somewhere, somehow, your energy's balanced. He pulls in. There you go. So, are the dreams real? The dreams, I want to say yes, or they're showing you something. Dreams mean something, okay? And it is likely. All right, I do want to say yes. But it depends on what you're dreaming about. It either it's something happening in that moment or it's carrying some sort of message for you. All right, so I will make the changes. I do 1 hour meditation every day. I stand for my heart. I don't know my mission yet, but I stand for universe for sure. Okay. Yes, sexual and emotional. All right, so I think I had answered that. If I didn't, post it again. Um, the compliment sandwich. Yeah, the compliment sandwich. I love that title. And I need a healing time to prove to myself that I want him on any cost. I can leave whatever I have just for him and myself. To prove to myself, I need a healing time to prove to myself that I want him on any cost. Um, Connect with yourself more. Okay. When you have that feeling like I gotta have him no matter what it costs, it creates like a push energy, and then you start to have expectation. It's really more of an inner knowing. I choose reunion. I'm in it. You know, you're just knowing you're together. It's an inner knowing. I always like to compare it to something you have, like your cell phone is an inner knowing. That's your cell phone. You don't have to remind yourself. Your bed, your house is just simply an inner knowing, a new reality you're choosing to be a part of. Okay. And then the other part, I can leave whatever I have just for him and myself. Not quite sure what you mean about that one. And people be tripping, talking about choosing someone other than their twin flame. Why would a person, after all that inner work, finding the absolute perfect match of all time, turn them down for good? They don't turn them down for good. Mm-mm. All right. Well, some people do, from what I've heard. Um, what the people I have worked with do not turn them down for good. And it's almost impossible to turn your twin flame down for good. Like I've heard some people would choose a soulmate and all this kind of stuff, but that soul connection is it's one soul. You guys are, you're connected on a soul level. Doesn't go away. Feeling their energy, sign synchronicities, dreams, and all this kind of stuff does not go away. And usually, when I see someone say, okay, I'm washing my hand of this, I'm going for someone else, there is kind of like a guilt that comes up, or the other person is just not their twin flame. Let's be real. The other person is just not your twin flame. And so, somewhere there, somehow, they just don't get you. You can't talk about the moons and the stars or whatever because they don't care. Maybe your twin flame is not so much into it, but for a lot of you, perhaps they are aware of spirituality. Whatever it is, I'm just saying that they're not your twin flame. Now they can be a high level soulmate. You can choose a high level soulmate according to the universe, twin flame or high level soulmate. But the universe prefers that you choose your twin flame in most cases. Yeah, in all cases, I heard. Because your twin flame is that person that's going to help you ascend so much further. Your high level soulmate, they teach you about love. They teach you that, you're worthy of love. Somebody can love you. But as far as your ascension, your soul's journey, it is your twin flame that's going to take you far. Okay. And And so usually when someone does try to date someone else, they're constantly wheeled back in to their twin flame anyhow. All right. And okay, me and my twin flame clicked. All right. So I got through the comments. Oh boy. All right. So I'm glad you guys asked the questions. And doubt. I want to talk about doubt. I think I did cover some things about doubt is just learning to trust your intuition. there are different exercises you can do to build that trust. Begin to use your intuition when you're just living life. Start tuning in and that kind of stuff. These things can help you to fine tune it, to be in touch, and so forth. And so connect with your inner guidance when you are in a moment of, I just don't know. I don't know. Take some time out and make that connection. All right. And heal the parts of you that push away connection, the part of you that is afraid of connecting deeply with your partner, the part that where you are. This is what I always say, okay? Deep down inside, there are things you want to say. You want to be vulnerable and you struggle with that. Guess what? That very thing you have deep within you is what builds connection. And I know it feels scary. You're like, I don't know if I can talk about that. They're going to judge me. They're going to criticize me. They're going to run away. They're going to think I'm crazy. And it can be with anyone, not just for your twin flame. So these are the things that really need your healing, because you cannot, I say, maybe you're like, I don't think so, 𝐿. It's okay. I don't mind people questioning the things I say and writing me on that. Please, I'm open. We're all here together. All right. And you want to experience that divine love, that divine connection, but a part of you is closed off. And you're like, I can't let them know about that. I can't let them see that. It's not going to happen. Okay. Your twin flame can't connect with you if you're not connecting with yourself. If you're hiding yourself, you hide yourself to the world. You let the world know, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm good. But inside, you're just like, I'm just a mess. I cry every day. No one hears me. I feel alone and all this kind of stuff. It's almost impossible to have a divine connection when you're holding on to pain inside of you. All right. And this is where I truly recommend healing. Okay. And so I give you all the twin flame information in the world because I want you to experience your reunion. But I don't want you to just come together. Okay. I want you to be able to stay together and understand each other and experience love. It's a soul, it's a journey of your soul. But you know what? We're placed on earth to experience love. And the love between twin flame partners is God's love. That's the love intended for you. And I don't want you guys to move away from thinking that that's not true or something like that, because some guru wants to tell you there's no love in this. Okay? You knew it when you met your twin flame partner. You knew it. You felt it in the beginning. I don't know about you guys. I cried. I felt like I ran a marathon and I finally found gold. I cried for a while because it was just amazing. All right. And you were meant to experience that amazing thing. So work on healing the parts of you that pushes that away and become that person who is open and ready to receive it however it comes. Okay, this is my word for you. All right, so you may not be able to see what it is in you that pushes away connection. And I'll tell you, it wasn't your twin flame who started it. It was there before. You've been pushing away connection with the people that you were involved with your ex or whatever the case. You are. And then I'm not saying like to blame you and so forth. You want to remember the people outside of you are a reflection of what's going on inside of you. The people, the experiences are a reflection of you. Okay. So if you've been in these relationships with emotionally unavailable people and so forth, it's because a part of you attracted that. Now work on healing that so that you're no longer saying, it seems like my twin is distant from me. Can't figure out why, and so forth. All right. So certainly reach out if you need the help. I offer free 30-minute session, guys, because I love to hear from all of you. If you haven't booked any, please go ahead and do so. And the link is also down below. Let me see if there's more comments here before I close off. All right. I told my twin flame when I first heard of this that I thought we were twin flames, and then I proceed to run like crazy from that energy. The energy is real, guys. Balance that energy. It's real. You might be like, why would they run from it? Both of you are experiencing this connection differently. Trust me on that. Okay. And you might be like, I can deal with this energy. I can deal with this energy. And they're like, what the hell? What is that? Like, get that away from me. I'm telling you, once you begin to balance that, it makes it easier for your twin flame to come forward. And I felt that love during my activation is out of this world. I cried for hours. Yes, I remember that. And it was tears of joy. Oh my goodness. It wasn't even like, why did it? No, it was like, what is this? That's for me. This love is for me. That's how I felt. I was like, wow, God, you had this prepared for me, and so forth. Yeah, you knew it. You knew it in that beginning. And it was meant for you to experience that. Okay. And this is why separation, I call it the healing phase, happened so that you can begin to heal the parts of you that have been out of connection. Because if the two of you had stayed together when you haven't done any of this healing stuff, it would have been a crazy mess. All right. Lots of us prolong what you call separation. I just looked at the time. It was 111. I mean, for how long this video is going. Now it's at 1 minute and 12 seconds. 12 minutes, I mean. An hour and 12 minutes. Okay. So that you can heal. So this is what happened. You both went your own way so you can heal. But because of misinformation, lack of information, not understanding this connection, you each go your own way. Trust me, I didn't know that that's what it was for. I was misguided and so forth by a twin flame coach. Wrong information. And so without knowing this, this is what prolongs the process. But now you know that this is a moment for you to experience healing within yourself, with your intuition, with the universe, with God. You're healing your connection with yourself, with others, and so forth. And then boom, who is joining to you? And they may not be coming perfect. They may not come in, on a unicorn and stuff like that, but they're coming in for that continued healing within your connection to bring the two of you back to that place. Maybe not 100%, but back to that place you were when you met them. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to get off now. I love that you guys participated, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.